Greetings and salutations. I am Poetic Heretic, and this is the legend of Stull Cemetery, a place that they say may be a portal to hell. As the story goes, one of the more well-known such portals to hell is located exactly where one might expect to find one, if they exist at all, a spooky-looking bleak cemetery. Tucked away in a rural area of the U.S. state of Kansas lies a sinister patch of land called Stull Cemetery. Its eerie, quiet atmosphere and rural setting have perhaps understandably bred many dark legends and stories, and the intense paranormal activity and hauntings associated with it has earned it the nickname America's Most Evil Graveyard. Here is a place also long associated with satanic cults, witchcraft, and shadowy figures carrying out bizarre rituals and human sacrifice by moonlight. Oh, and it supposedly has its own doorway to hell. Sitting at the black heart of this supposedly evil place is a decrepit, long-abandoned church which may have once been elegant but is now mostly a feral, skeletal shell and collapsed piles of weed-choked rubble. While it may not look like much now, this church has for over a century been said to be an actual portal to hell. The local legend apparently originates in 1850, when Lucifer is said to have used the church to emerge into the cemetery from hell and summon up the restless spirits clinging to it. From that point on, the devil supposedly began to pass through the gate twice a year, once at midnight on the spring equinox and once on Halloween, and over the years was said to have even fathered a child with a witch living in the area. This abomination is said to have been born with wolf hair, and to have been badly, hideously deformed. The horrific child soon died, and its alleged grave can be seen even today, right beside a twisted old tree that is said to have been a place where they hung suspected witches during those days. The church itself fell into disrepair long ago, and its roof collapsed in the 1920s, yet it was widely claimed by witnesses to repel rain, and that despite not having a roof, the interior would remain completely dry even during intense downpours. Frightened locals eventually mostly tore the building down, but the old church was said to still be used by Satan, and up until the late 1980s hundreds of rowdy people would show up at midnight on the spring equinox or Halloween in the hopes of getting a glimpse of something strange, causing so much damage in the process that in the years since the cemetery has been off limits to the general public. Even so, there are still numerous sightings of strange things going on at the church, such as floating lights, fleeting, shadowy figures that vanish into thin air, and rings of flame that seem to spontaneously form from nowhere, with no discernible material they could be burning from. One of the most famous spooky stories surrounding Stull Cemetery is that when Pope John Paul II visited Colorado in 1983, he supposedly had his private plane take a completely different route so as to fly all the way around Stull Cemetery. Such was its repulsive evil. It is another eerie, although uncorroborated, tale for an already eerie place. That concludes this frightening legend. Don't forget to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.